Are you ready to do something that is good for your English, good for your budget, and good for the planet? Then stick around because my expert teacher Cara is going to share with us two recipes for making your own environmentally friendly deodorant and also your own dish soap. Again, environmentally friendly, saves money, and it's just lots of fun. All right, let's join Cara.
Hey everybody, Cara here. I'm one of the expert teachers at Speak English with Christina. So I do individual lessons and I also run the Fluency Club. And you might have heard me on the podcast. I'm the only British teacher, so I'm the one with the strange accent compared to everybody else. And I also have my own website at leolistening.com where I teach listening skills through movies to help travellers and expats understand fast-talking native English speakers. So today I'm going to give you some practical tips on how to make things that you might need during the lockdown. So you might be running out of certain essential household items, and I'm going to show you how to make two of them. So one is a deodorant, so one is for you, and the other one is washing up liquid. So I'm going to start with the deodorant, which is really, really simple. So what you'll need is some kind of mixing bowl. So actually this is the one I was going to use for the washing up liquid, but you get the idea. You need something probably not as big as this to stir the ingredients because that's the main thing you need to do. And then the ingredients are, for deodorant, coconut oil. So you can either use, this is cosmetic coconut oil, or you can also use, this is coconut oil for cooking. So I've used both in the past to make deodorant and they both work. So if you've got some coconut oil in your cupboard that you use for cooking, then you can use that, or you can get the cosmetic one. In both cases, these are products I can find at the supermarket, both cosmetic and cooking. Depending on your supermarket, you might only be able to get the coconut oil for cooking, but like I said, both of them work, so you should be fine. You'll also need a tablespoon. All the ingredients are in tablespoons. You will also need bicarbonate of soda, and you'll also need cornflour. So these two ingredients look very similar, but this is bicarbonate of soda and this is cornflour. In France, where I live, cornflour is sold under, there's a brand name called Maizena, and that's cornflour. It basically thickens out the mixture. And then some kind of essential oil if you want to add that for the smell of your deodorant, but that's actually optional. In fact, if you really struggle to get ingredients, the only two things you need, so I've been told this by somebody who's much more specialised than me in homemade cosmetics, if you just use coconut oil, either kind, cosmetic or cooking coconut oil, and cornflour, that's enough to make a deodorant. Right now I'm actually experimenting with not using bicarbonate of soda because I think it irritates me. So the last deodorant I made, I used cornflour, coconut oil and essential oils, but I might experiment without the essential oils as well. So once you've got your ingredients, what you need to do then is, I would start with the coconut oil. So you need 5 tablespoons of coconut oil. So this is a tablespoon, like a big spoon basically. So the thing with coconut oil is that it is hard at room temperature. I mean, if you're living somewhere hot, it might be liquid. Otherwise, what you'll need to do is either run it under the hot tap or maybe fill a bigger container with hot water and just put it in there for a few minutes until it becomes liquid. So 5 tablespoons of coconut oil, put that in your bowl, your mixing bowl. You'll also need 2 tablespoons of the bicarbonate of soda and 3 tablespoons of your cornflour. So mix them all together, and then when the mixture is kind of nice and smooth and everything is mixed in, you know, a bit like baking a cake, you know, you want to get everything nicely mixed together. Then if you want, you can add your essential oils. So in this recipe, you add 5 drops only. And obviously be a bit careful with essential oils because they're very concentrated. Wash your hands afterwards. And once you've made your mixture, you can transfer it into a smaller container. This kind of size would be absolutely fine. Unfortunately, I've left mine in the fridge, but it's in a slightly smaller container than this. If you use all the ingredients, then it would probably maybe fill a pot like this. If you are like me and you only use corn flour, coconut oil and essential oils, it would maybe fill half that. In either case, it lasts for quite a while, like a couple of months or a few months, because you just need a tiny amount on your armpits for it to work. So once you've made it, you can put it in the fridge. So I used to store it in the cupboard, but I've been told that it's better to keep it in the fridge all the time. So I used to just put it in the fridge in summer because when it's hot, like I said, the coconut oil tends to melt. But apparently you should keep it in the fridge all the time. So then when you want to put on your deodorant in the morning, just like take it out of the fridge a few minutes before. And also you could maybe run it under the hot tap if it's a bit hard. And also just, you know, putting your like warm hand in there will make it melt a bit. And then you just need a little bit under your armpits and it should work. So that's the first recipe. So just to recap, you need 5 tablespoons of coconut oil, cosmetic or cooking, doesn't matter. 5 drops of essential oils. So this one is eucalyptus. You can use other ones if you want. That is optional. 2 tablespoons of bicarbonate of soda and 3 tablespoons of corn flour. Okay, so that's for your personal hygiene. For the next step, we're going to need an apron that I was already wearing and also some gloves because we're going to be handling soda crystals, which are not good for your skin really, so you just need to be a bit careful with them. So I recommend gloves, and that goes for any kind of household cleaning products that you might want to make for yourself. So gloves, apron. For this you'll need a mixing bowl, something to mix with, like a funnel for pouring it into your container. So you'll need some kind of plastic bottle. So this is washing up liquid. So what you could do is just take your old bottle of washing up liquid and pour it into that. And then the ingredients are as follows. So there's black soap. So this is called savon noir in French. I bought this just before the lockdown and it's been quite useful. And the other ingredient, so this is the one you just need to be a bit careful with, is soda crystals. So you can use soda crystals for lots of things actually in the household. They're quite useful. You can unblock blocked sinks with them and things like that. You can use them on dirty laundry to deal with stains. Like I said, you just have to be careful and wear gloves. So I've actually already measured out all my ingredients in the kitchen, and I'm going to go through later and actually combine them because it's not ideal here for doing that. But I'll just read you out the recipe. It's super simple. So to make half a litre of washing up liquid, so for doing your dishes, you need 95 grams of black soap. So, oh yeah, you'll need weighing scales. I forgot to mention that. So in my kitchen, I just use my digital scales to be very accurate to get my 95 grams of black soap. And then you need 12 grams of soda crystals. So that should work out to 1 tablespoon. But if you want to be very accurate, you can use the digital scales if you have them, or just normal scales. I like to use the digital ones to be accurate. So you're going to mix those 2 ingredients, 95 grams of black soap, 12 grams of soda crystals, and then you add, it says here up to half a litre of water. I think I used hot water when I did this recipe the first time. I haven't done it for a couple of months. So you mix all that together. It's very simple. It's just a question of mixing again. So that's why you're having a bowl is so important. And then, you know, if you're like me, you'll need to transfer what you've made with the funnel into your bottle. The only thing is you can't use this mixture straight away, so you actually have to wait one night, overnight, for it to thicken up. So if I make it like I'm going to this afternoon, then I'll just have to let it thicken overnight and then I can start using it tomorrow, I guess. Now you can alter this recipe slightly. So if you have Savon de Marseille soap, you can make it with 30 grams of Marseille soap diluted in a glass of warm water. So it's important to dilute them. And also they must be soap flakes. So you'd have to either buy soap flakes. I did just before the lockdown and I've used them all already making other things. So 30 grams of those soap flakes diluted in warm water, 80 grams of black soap in that case, and then 12 grams of soda crystals, as we already said, and then up to 500 milliliters of water. So there's two recipes depending on whether or not you use the Savon de Marseille, but personally I think it's just easier just to use black soap, and in my case I have a lot more black soap than Marseille soap. So there you have it. That's how to make deodorant and washing up liquid from ingredients you hopefully have in your cupboard or that you can get easily on your next trip to the supermarket. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Doesn't that sound like a fun project to just try to do something yourself? Do something good for the planet, do something good for your budget, and you can go back and watch that video as many times as you need to, and that's going to be good practice for your English. And I actually made my own deodorant with Cara's recipe, and it's actually very easy, and the ingredients are quite easy to find, even if you are limiting your trips to the shopping, to the grocery store because of the confinement. So definitely give that a try. And also, if you want to continue working to improve your English, understanding, different accents in English, and especially native speakers, the way they really speak, I've got a playlist of a couple of other video lessons for you that I think you're really going to love, and that especially are very practical and very helpful to help you understand better. So enjoy that, and I'll see you in the next video.